Testing 1, 2, 5, 6, 10, 12, 15, 19, 1,006,105, 25,096,000. Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip, and well, you're not. Guys, Mike Rinder has passed away, and right off the gate, I want to tell you guys that 50% of whatever this video makes as far as money goes will be going to either the Aftermath Foundation in Mike's name, or it will go to Child USA. And I think that I will ask you guys where you want that money to go to. I'm not asking for any super chats or anything about this. It's whatever the video. So please like, subscribe, share this video, because the more views it gets, the more money it will generate. And I promise I will give 50% of the money for the video to go in Mike's name to whichever of those two charities that, you know, and who knows, maybe if we make enough, we can donate to both. Okay, so 50% will go to that. YouTube's going to take 30%. I have to pay taxes on 30%. So I think 50% is fair. Guys, I was never a Scientologist, and I've said that. So when somebody comes at me and says, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, I am only talking about what people have said to me, what people have said to us, what people have said online. That's what I am responding to. If I am not welcome to do that, then don't make your channel public and don't hold me accountable for, or don't get pissed at me because of my opinion about how you handled something or what you said. And specifically speaking to people like Nora and Aaron. Right now, Nora, I haven't seen Aaron's reaction to Mike. And, you know, to be honest with you, Aaron and Mike were very close at one point, and I'm sure what Aaron is experiencing about the loss of Mike, if he has any kind of heart at all and any kind of memory at all, is going to be something totally different than what Nora is whining and crying about, because I don't believe her and Mike were nearly as close as Mike and Aaron were, you know. And I know from behind the scenes that Aaron was very fond of Mike. I'm not saying he was fond of Mike after the Aftermath Foundation debacle, but previous to that, he was. And that's only been a year, okay? That's only been a year ago. So in all fairness to Aaron, I'm not sticking up for him. I'm saying his relationship with Mike Rinder is a lot more complex than I believe the relationship that Nora had, because of how close they really were. Mike worked for Aaron, right? We know this because they spoke about that, and there was a friendship there. And they both spoke about their friendship. Both. Even after the friendship was dissolved, they both spoke about it, okay? About how they were friends. Now, I don't believe that Nora was friends with Mike Rinder on a personal level like that. So Nora, you know, Mike put out these responses. Mike had something he wanted to say before he died, and he put out these responses, and I actually commented. You can see I have a playlist. And Nora commented on each and every one and kept telling Mike, oh, you want to cleanse your soul, more or less? This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. And Mike needed to do what Mike needed to do. But Nora berated him and just went after him with viciousness that I knew and I felt 100% was at the wrong person. She was so angry at Aaron that I know she used some of that anger and went off on Mike. Anything for a crusade, Nora. Anything for a crusade. Except for one thing. Now she's crying. over Mike not being here. Nora, I'm going to dare say you didn't make his last month on Earth easy for him. And if you're crying over anything, it should be your own guilt. And it should be real. It shouldn't be about views. It shouldn't be about anything other than the fact that you berated somebody who was on their deathbed.
Michael. Alleging misconduct, the claim the court found to be demonstrably false. Like they're just throwing all the spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks. Okay, which is Osa's usual thing. They're just basically like a pigeon on a fucking chessboard, shitting all over it and knocking all the pieces off and saying, "Look, we won." Like, no, that's not how that happens. But many truly understand how Scientology exploits the system. Michael, this isn't about your paycheck. You should just put it all out there, man. Put it all out there. He was never on the RPF. That's incorrect. A lot of the things, thank you. A lot of the things in this documentary are like almost correct, but not totally correct. Okay. Mike Rinder went to a very special, executive only version of David Miscavige's personal hell, The Hole.
You're not allowed to talk to anybody outside of the RPF. You have to wear a black boiler suit to do.
And Mike is so out of touch with what the RPF wears. He doesn't even know you don't wear black boiler suits anymore. You just wear black jeans and a gray shirt.
So I'm not understanding. You want him to be responsible for things that he wasn't even there for?
They stopped wearing boiler suits in the 80s, Michael. But thanks for your expert info on what the RPF is like. And it disgusts me in some way that people are choosing to overlook the criminality that is being hidden by this man still. Fuck you, Mike. Get real.
Something that Aaron never did. Something that...
Aaron never did that. He never went to a few courses online to learn about other cults, and neither did you, Mike.
Chris Shelton continued to put out into the world this valuable information.
Yeah, he put out into the world this valuable information where he fucking twists stuff and, apologizes for Hubbard constantly and for Mike and for upper management. Okay. Scientology knew the facts all along and still repeated the lie. And even today, after we expose this, they continue to spread the grotesque falsehood. Mike, that's what you did for decades under fucking David Miscavige and being the head of OSA. Why is this a shock to you? Start taking some accountability. This is exactly what I did when I was in the Sea Organization. I would repeat lies, until they became truth. Just say it, Michael. It's not like you're not a victim here. You're not a victim.
Okay. And here's the thing. And I'm going to say this about Aaron. Aaron knew. He brought up this about Mike and the Child USA and who his friend was and all that stuff. Remember? And how the guy was supposedly not good for children. I don't remember the whole story, but if you look back, you could see that Aaron said that Mike knew something and it was bad, or it appeared bad, that the person that Mike was friends with or Mike knew wasn't good with children, and Mike was on the child board. But Aaron thought that Mike had told that person. So isn't that as bad as when Ashton Kutcher didn't tell on Danny Masterson because he thought maybe the police should get that? Like, it's the same thing. So I know that Aaron put something out about Mike Rinder and the integrity of Mike Rinder when it came to Child USA because of somebody that Mike knew or was friends with and/or was friends with. And he didn't act on it or call Child USA or call anybody to say, hey, listen, are you aware of this? I would assume Mike would have told you, but are you aware of this? Well, no, Ashton Kutcher didn't do the same thing about Danny Masterson, but you called him out on that. You keep calling Tommy Cruise out on stuff that David Miscavige is doing, but you didn't call Mike out on what Mike was doing at the time when you were friends with Mike. Once again, only when there was a falling out did people start, and it was Aaron and it was Nora, did start talking out about Mike Rinder, because Mike's behavior was all okay until Mike booted Aaron out. And then, did Mike even have cancer? Aaron, he did. He did have cancer. He did. But I remember that. Does he have cancer, or is it cancer cells? I remember Aaron saying that. So these are things that these people have to live with. But when you're getting on screen crying after what, 2-3 weeks ago, you were berating this man, making his life and his family hell. And now you're on here crying, Nora. It just looks like it's about views to me. It looks bipolar to me. It's insulting. It's insulting. It's insulting. Guys, I know that Mike Rinder was responsible for OSA, that he ran OSA. But he ran OSA when Aaron Smith Levin was good friends with him. Let me fix that. What I mean is, he had run OSA when Aaron and Mike were friends. Maybe not at the same time, but Aaron had known that Mike had run OSA when they were good friends. Like, none of these secrets about Mike running OSA came out after. Aaron became friends with him knowing Mike's past. Nora knew Mike's past. It seems like her opinion depends on things, that it's not something she's solid with. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying that's just the way it appears to me. He ran OSA, long before Nora started screaming and yelling about OSA and stuff like that, which I think she just did to jump on board with Aaron, because I'm not too sure that Nora knows who she is. I don't think Nora's as strong as she thinks she is, because it seems like her opinion depends on things, that it's not something she's solid with. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying that's just the way it appears to me. Don't get mad at the person that puts the mirror up. Get mad at the reflection if you don't like it. I don't know how much Mike was responsible for. I'm from old school. I think if you're in charge of something, that you're responsible for all of it. Do you know everything that's going on? No, you don't. But how much Mike knew about things. I know that Mike went to the FBI. He spoke to the FBI, and we don't know what the FBI said. I would assume the FBI did their job. If they didn't, it's on the FBI. I think Mike did the best he could when he was on the outside. Did he put himself in prison doing the best he could? No. Did that need to be done? I don't know. But I know that he did and tried to do a lot of good from what I saw. And I don't know where he really spoke poorly about people, except for the laying down with the flies or the fleas. And I'm not sure if that came from him or the lawyer. It doesn't matter. And I never figured out who was the dog and who was the flea. And I guess that's a riddle that Mike will take to the grave when it comes to me, because I don't know. But then again, I didn't know Mike Rinder. I enjoyed the Lee Remini and Mike Rinder show. My prayers and good thoughts and, everything that's positive, I wish to the Rinder family Mike's friends and loved ones, those people, including Aaron and Nora, only if it's legitimate, that are really struggling with the loss and with how they might have treated him and what to do with that and where to put that so that they get some peace in their future. And the people that loved him and saw him as their friends and family and loved ones till the day he passed, and his young son and his children that are struggling, if they are, with the Scientology and now the loss of their dad. God bless you guys. Scientologists, that's a funny thing to say, right? I don't mean anything bad by that. But, rest in peace, Mike Rinder, and may the people that suffer from his loss and the absence of him find peace and able to go forward. So, guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Be better today than you were yesterday, not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always, always be kind. Thanks, guys.
But I was punching back at whoever had released the video, right? So yeah, I was the chief defender in chief of Aaron Smith Levin. I've resigned from that position.